Hey friends, Miss Wendy here with the Fairfield Public Library. Welcome to week 5 of our summer challenge. And this week's DIY is a mixed media singing bird. Please join me and I'll show you how to make it. All right friends, so in the kit that you picked up at the Fairfield Public Library or the Woods Branch Library, you will find the following items. 2 sheets of decorative paper, 1 bird and leaf template, 1 cotton ball, 1 piece of twine, and 1 piece of chipboard. You'll also need some additional items. A pair of scissors, coloring materials, a glue stick or glue, tape, and a twig. If you don't want to get a twig and use that in your project, you can draw the twig on your paper. Let's clean up our workspace and get started. First thing that we're going to need is our large sheet of decorative paper and our chipboard. So we are going to wrap the chipboard with our decorative paper. So you can turn the decorative paper upside down and then just go ahead and fold that paper over. Oh, and we need tape, and you can put a piece of tape there to hold it and fold that paper over and put a piece of tape, and then any way that you want to fold these two so that they go over the edge. You can do that. The goal will be a nice clean edge on the front. Okay, so if you want to check your work, that's what you're looking for. And what I'm doing is just folding this edge underneath a little bit. And then folding this over, kind of like wrapping a present. And just some tape to hold it in place. I'm just gonna put one more piece here. Okay, all right, so this is what you're going to be working with for your bird. And now I'm gonna bring over my bird. So I'm going to put this aside for a minute. If you'd like to color in your bird or even decorate it, you can do that with your coloring materials. So bring those over. If you want to leave it white, you can. If you want to make it lots of nice different colors, you can do that too. And I suggest just coloring it before you cut your paper. And mine is a very colorful bird. All right, so now I'm going to cut the bird out. The legs will be the hardest part. All right, friends, and I want to make a suggestion. If the legs are too hard, you can honestly just cut them off, and your bird is going to be sitting on a twig that you get from outside, and you can just sit your bird right on that twig. You don't need the legs, but if you want, you can keep the legs. So that's the next step. We're going to put the twig on our paper. So you can glue it on. If you use regular glue and not glue stick, you might have to wait a little bit for it to adhere. So I'm just going to put some glue on my twig where it's going to contact the paper. All right, so I am going to take some tape and I'm just going to go ahead and tape that on as well so that it stays. And you don't really see the tape very much. And I'm gonna put it where my bird is going to be, so my bird will hide some of the tape as well. And you just wanna make sure the tape comes up very close to the branch, and then on the other side secure it down. So that is not going anywhere. And now I'm gonna place my bird on the branch, and you can either glue it or put a piece of rolled up tape behind it. If you want it to look like it's sitting there, just put that tape and put its legs on the branch, just like that. So it's coming off the paper a little bit. If you glue it, just put a little bit of glue right here on the back side. Okay, now let's make our leaves. You can either cut this template out and draw some leaves on your decorative paper, or you can fold your decorative paper in half like that and draw on the back side a little leaf. So let me show you what I mean. When I cut this out, I'm gonna cut around the line, one of the lines that I made. All right, just like that. And here is a leaf. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that on, or you can use tape so that it gives it a little bit of depth. It's gonna look a little bit like it is coming off of the paper and off of the branch a little bit. So actually, I think I'm gonna put one here. You can make all your leaves and then decide where you want them. So I think that's enough leaves. I'm gonna go ahead and tape them on. So I'm happy with my leaves. And I'm just gonna make a cloud by using this cotton ball, and I'm just gonna stretch it apart so that it looks like a nice fluffy white cloud. And then I'm going to put that on my paper. I'm gonna put a little glue on my paper where I think it's going to go, so I don't put it on my cotton ball. Just gonna put a little glue right there. Stretch the cotton ball a little bit more. And then I'm gonna put that fluffy cloud there. All right, now this bird is singing. So if you want, you can draw some musical notes, and I'm gonna use this paper to practice my musical notes. There we go. So little musical notes from this bird. And if you want to cut them out, you could do that. If you want to use different colors, you can do that. So whatever you would like to do to decorate your sky, go ahead and do that. Last thing we're gonna do is adhere our twine so that we can hang our picture up. So we'll figure out where we want the twine to be. About right there is fine. And now just go ahead and hold it in place, and you might want to get some help with this. Turn it over and don't put it down because we have all of our stuff on the front. And go ahead and tape that on. All right, and there's your happy singing bird. I think I'm gonna add another musical note up here. And that bird is happily singing. All right, friends, so remember to clean up your workspace, put everything away, and find a nice spot for your beautiful bird. So friends, I hope you had so much fun making your mixed media bird. And the code word for doing this craft is sing, just like the bird is doing. So enter S-I-N-G, sing, into your Beanstack account for some extra points for doing today's craft. Thanks so much for joining me, friends. I'll see you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.